Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to the channel, part 64. We really only have one real piece of news to cover, and it revolves around everybody's talking about Jamie skipping theaters to go into Amazon. But I also want to talk about a certain movie that's been in the news for the past few days, and that movie is Dune 2021. Because at this point, I don't know what the hell is going on with Dune. I have no idea. I'm confused. I've been hearing so many different things from so many different people. It's a hot mess. So we might as well start the video talking about Dune. So if you remember way back, I think it was late November, early December, I forget. But Warner Brothers made the ultra controversial announcement of taking all of their 2021 movies, including Dune, and putting them both in theaters and on HBO Max simultaneously, right? This announcement was met with a lot of backlash, particularly from people within Hollywood, and especially from the director of the movie, Denis Villeneuve. He was super pissed off about it. He wrote like a whole, I think it was like a whole letter or something where he condemned Warner Brothers for this boneheaded decision. What he thought was a boneheaded decision. And, Timothy Chalamet, the main actor of the movie, when he was on SNL, I think it was later December, he was wearing, a lot of people noted he was wearing a Legendary Pictures hoodie. Legendary Pictures is the studio, behind the making of the movie. He was wearing that hoodie, which basically showed whose side he was on. And then that led to like a lawsuit between the two about both Dune and Godzilla vs. Kong because Legendary, they had no idea about this announcement. They were completely caught off guard. They were like, hey, what are you doing? And so they had a whole legal scuffle there. Now, for Godzilla vs. Kong, they ultimately allowed that to get the HBO Max treatment. And it did pay off for Godzilla vs. Kong. It's the biggest movie of the year. It's made like over $400 million. So you can't say that wasn't a bust. But for Dune, they're a lot more hesitant about giving it the HBO Max treatment. I've been hearing, I think it was a couple months ago, I heard that Warner Brothers were reportedly reconsidering the HBO Max treatment for Dune. In the past few days, it's just gotten more confusing. Uh, just look at this. Dune might be a theatrical exclusive after all. Warner Brothers shuts down reports. Well, that should be shuts down. Reports that Dune isn't going straight to HBO Max. Dune movie will debut only in theaters as HBO Max decision is reversed. After rumors swirled about Dune's release, Warner Brothers cleared the matter up. You see what I'm talking about? All these different articles, all saying different things. There's like, this is the past few days. So I might as well go to Deadline. This is where I first found out about this whole thing, because this has been a whole thing with Warner Brothers and AT&T and the merger between them, and how like the main guy behind it got fired, and now they got a new guy in charge. And, yeah, and then there's the whole Warner Media and Discovery merger. It's all a bunch of business nonsense. It really is. And then, and they say right here, Deadline here's that Dune will not adhere to the day and date release pattern established for the entire 2021 slate. Instead, it will premiere in Venice in September, then enter theaters for a time before finding its way to a streaming service on HBO Max. But then Warner Brothers said there was no change to the October 1st release date, and the film, like the rest of the slate, will open in theaters on the same day it arrives on HBO Max. So it's very he said type shit, and that frustrates me to no end. So, according to Warner Brothers, they have not changed their strategy. They're sticking with the HBO Max uh, experiment for Dune. But then again, there have been plenty of times where a studio says, "Oh, we're gonna stick with this," only to backpedal, only to not do that certain thing. Remember Disney? How they kept saying Black Widow was gonna be theatrical only, theatrical only, theatrical only. It's not gonna get the Disney Plus treatment. That won't happen. And then literally back in March, like a few weeks after I made that video where no, it was like a week or so after I made that video about Disney saying it's gonna stick to that May release date and be theatrical only. They announced it got pushed to July and it was getting the Disney Plus Premier Access treatment. So they clearly didn't stick to their promise. So if Disney can't stick to its promises, what makes you think Warner Brothers will? Right? So they have plenty of time to make a decision regarding Dune if they want to stick to the strategy or not. So yeah, I don't know what's going on with Dune. Maybe they will stick to the strategy and piss everyone off. Maybe they'll just make it theatrical only. I don't know. I don't know. It's giving me an aneurysm just thinking about all this hoopla. But yeah, that's what's going on with Dune. It's quite confusing, I know. But I think the one guarantee is that it will come out this year. It will come out in October. I think that's the one guarantee. How it will come out, I don't know anymore. But it will come out. That's the one guarantee. Okay, so that's what's going on with Dune. Now talking about a movie that has legitimately changed its release strategy, and that is everybody's talking about Jamie, a musical from, well, originally Fox, but then Disney bought Fox, and now it's in Disney's hands. And it got delayed several times. It was supposed to come out last year, October, then it got pushed to January, then February of this year. And then it just got yeeted from the calendar. It was in the ether for quite a long time. I don't know what happened to it, but now it's gonna be on Amazon Prime Video on September 17th, which I think is very, very, very interesting because none of the other Fox movies had this treatment. I guess because apparently there was some contractual obligation where Disney had to release these movies theatrically. But I guess that just didn't apply to this. They just said, "No, we don't want this. We don't want to touch it. Just send it off to Amazon." And that's what they did. Because, when New Mutants, everybody thought, "Oh, that's going to go to Hulu. It has to go to Hulu." But it didn't. But weirdly enough, after that movie came out, guess where it landed? HBO Max of all places. And then with like Empty Man, they just threw that out there to die. And then, with Free Guy, I think that's the next Fox 20th Century Studios movie. My mistake. That's that's going to stay theatrical only. I don't know about any of the others that are out there. I know there's a Bob's Burgers movies. They haven't said anything about that. My guess is that's going to Hulu. But yeah, that's what happened to everybody's talking about Jamie. So September 17th, if you're not watching what's coming out that day, Boss Baby 2. If you're not watching that, you can watch this, I guess. So yeah. So that's it for today. I know wasn't a packed, it wasn't exactly a thrilling, but what can I do? Things have significantly slowed down, which is good because now a lot of movies are sticking to their release dates and they're starting their marketing campaigns. Conjuring 3 has a marketing campaign. In the Heights, Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, Peter Rabbit 2, Fast Furious 9, Forever Purge, Black Widow. Escape Room 2 doesn't have a trailer yet, but I think it's coming quite soon. Space Jam 2, Hotel Transylvania 4, Snake Eyes, G.I. Joe Origins. Those two just got trailers. Some of these others will probably get trailers soon enough because they still have plenty of time to start marketing. But yeah, I don't know what can get delayed next. It probably won't be anything in the near future. So nothing in May. I mean, May's almost over. So why would anything change in May? Nothing in May, nothing in June, nothing in July. I think everything in July is going to stick the landing. August, it seems, I don't know, like 4 movies coming out one weekend. That seems like a lot. Maybe one of them can move. Same applies to September September 24th. That's 4 movies. I know Dear Evan Hansen just started its marketing campaign, so I don't think that's going anywhere. I don't think Many Saints of New York is going anywhere, and I definitely don't think Venom 2 is going anywhere because that literally just started its marketing strategy, its marketing campaign like a few weeks ago. October, Dune. I don't know anymore. That's hard to say. No Time to Die. I don't know if it's willing to go play after Dune and just be sandwiched in between Dune and Halloween Kills. I don't know if that's a smart move, but we'll see what happens. Then you have another 4 movie weekend here, well, October 22nd. One of them could move, maybe. Then we got November. November looks safe for the most part. Uh, December. Oh, that's a lot of movies. That might be a bit much. Yeah, I think for the most part, 2021 is safe. Besides all these movies that are just floating around somewhere. Well, except everybody knows talking about Jamie because we all know what happened to that. But then there's 2022. That's when things get complicated. I mean, look at all these movies coming up January 14th. That's, well, I don't know about that Untitled Universal Event movie. If that turns out to be a movie, then that's 5 movies coming out one weekend. That's too much. Way too much. Then February, we got the same thing. That's 4, supposedly. 4. Then March, April have nothing. It's pretty dead. I mean, March has the Batman Turning Red and Doctor Strange 2. April has Sonic 2 and Lost City of D and The Bad Guys. Like, there's so many open slots you can just fill right in. So why don't some of these 2021 movies that think things are a little too crowded, why can't they just pop into one of these spots and have um, a better chance at success? That's just my thoughts. But yeah, at this point, I don't know what else can happen. I mean, I know nothing's going to happen in the near future, but when it comes to 2022, hmm, don't know. So, yeah, anywho, that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? Got a playlist on the homepage with all previous canceled episodes, basically going over all the movies that were supposed to come out but didn't. And, I'm now at 64. Yeah, 64. So, if you want to know what happened to a lot of these movies you were looking forward to, well, the Cancel series is a good place to start. It's a way for you to be informed about what's going on. So if you want to watch any of those canceled episodes, go right ahead. It's also box office predictions, where I predict the box office for movies. Nothing's coming out this weekend. Next weekend, though, it's going to be big. It's going to be something to look out for with Cruella and A Quiet Place Part 2. That is going to be one hell of a weekend, and it's going to pretty much prove, well, at least try to prove, that the blockbuster is not dead. So, yeah, that's going to be an important weekend to follow, but that won't be for another week. So, you're going to have to wait to see those videos. But if you want to check out any of my past prediction videos from 2019, 2020, 2021, you can go right ahead. It's also box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. I did the triple recap already. The May recap will come out first week of June. That's a guarantee. And then after that, I'll just, because there's enough movies coming out regularly, every month after that will just be a 1 month recap instead of these multi recaps I've been doing since theaters reopened. So but yeah, that May one won't come out till early June. But if you want to check out any of my past recap videos, you can go right ahead. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.